Well, do I have an update for you beautiful people? I have talked with none other than the man, the myth, the legend himself, Markstrom. After showing my displeasure, I tried to ask, and as you guys can see, look how many players I have on no trades. There's a lot of people with no trades. You know, a no movement clause. There's a slight movement. Then there's like, I remember at one point I thought maybe I can get something for Huberno. Maybe I could get something for Meyer and make this team a little more depth wise better. Well, now we have some news for you. Goaltending wise, Jacob Markstrom has officially waived his no trade clause, but there's the catch. Only to one team, that being the Toronto Maple Leafs. I have no clue what I could do. Toronto does not have a talented roster. They really don't. When you look at their goaltending, I don't think I'm willing to trade for a goalie, especially like, am I going to trade one in Saros? I don't see it happening. I think that would be crazy if I traded for Saros at this point in time in this league. Defensively, I have thought about potentially being able to get one of these other defensemen. Maybe I'll go big or go home, get a guy and a young guy like Lane Hudson. I don't think I can make that work. I've thought about maybe bringing in Haig again. A lot of guys on RFA contracts, and I'm not really feeling it. When it comes to the forwards, there's a little more like maybe go get a veteran like TJ Oshie, but I don't really like it. And there's nobody else that really like gets me like excited. I maybe a Troy Terry, but I mean like the right side doesn't seem like it's a problem, but it's not a big problem. Do I try to go for a big fish like Mikko Rantanen and like, hey, this series only goes for one season? Do I try to go get Mikko Rantanen, make this team very deadly? Right now, Toronto's not in a playoff spot. Do I give them a backup goaltender that they're willing to have and try to get a big fish out of this deal? Probably not. It's probably not going to happen. And then when you look at like the left wingers, there's not much. And then you look at the centers, there's not a lot. And I already have too many centers. I did look at Morgan Frost and think to myself, maybe I could take that contract on. Bo Horvat, but he has a no movement clause, and a lot of guys have no movement clauses, so there's not really much for me to do, and I just don't see myself trading. So, I'll keep you guys updated. I think every now and then I want to see the longer I keep Markstrom on the bench. I want to see if there's a potential like, hey, I'm not playing you. I plan on signing Marc-Andre Fleury to an extension if he wants it. And as of right now, you're not a member of this team as of right now. Like, this is trouble in paradise. It's 100%. And I know I might be making a dumb decision, but I mean, hopefully we can make amends. But I mean, at this point, I think Spencer Knight's the better goaltender. I think Fleury is the better backup veteran option. I mean, I would rather have Markstrom in the playoffs, but I'm getting to that point where he's unreliable. So if I could somehow trade him away and find a suitor for him, hopefully I could make him, especially towards the trade deadline, expand his horizon. Because if I'm able to make make him go out, and me bringing in a bigger fish, that'd be awesome. But like I said, I don't know. Maybe I try to go after a Mikko Rantanen. Like I said, this is a one-time series. Maybe I go for Mikko Rantanen and just see if that will work, and maybe try to sweeten the deal by giving him or giving them more. Maybe I have to give up a big player in advance. Like maybe I do have to give up attempt to give them a young prospect, like we might be looking at maybe a Zegras or a Wyatt Johnson potentially gone. But yeah, we're gonna get into this next this game, and I'm sorry that this is a long intro, but I mean, you guys know that this is a big deal. That Markstrom has officially been basically banished from this team. Like he's in the press box and he's not playing as of right now. I was shocked that he said, "Oh yeah, I'll add a team to my no trade list." This is a good team that the Vegas Golden Knights are going against. There's a reason why it's the second best team in the West, and as of right now, one of the best teams in the Central. It's a solid group in the forward department. Defensively, they are led by Adam Fox. They have a really good defense, and then that is also helped by their young goaltender and Devin Levi. And obviously, they do have, I think, one surprising scratch, but that's because he's hurt. But nothing to be shocked. And let's see, Spencer Knight, you are given the keys to the kingdom. Obviously Fleury's probably more likely going to play a rematch against Florida. And yeah, let's get into this game and let's roll. Come to Dallas. Already Vegas won their first meeting, but this time Yevgeny Malkin's going to be a guy to watch in this game, as well as Chikrin, the defenseman. This is going to be an interesting situation for two really good teams. Vegas having a huge bombshell 24 hours. We will just talk about that later on. Or hell, let's talk about it right now. Markstrom, there was a disagreement with the head coach Bruce Cassidy, the management, Kellen McCrimmon, and Tom Wilson goes up and over. What a hit by Vegas. And ultimately, Fleury is now going to be the backup goaltender. Spencer Knight, this is your rodeo. And it's funny, I think a lot of people expected Fleury to be the one that goes, and at this point, we heard that there is only one team that has accepted the list. That is, Markstrom said that the only team he would like to be traded to is, as of right now, the Toronto Maple Leafs. They already have Saros, so that's going to be interesting to see if they can get a crazy deal done. And like I said, maybe I'm not done. Like, I'd obviously never say never, but maybe consider, since I got one guy to already say that, hey, like, I don't feel like I want to leave. We'll see. I'll look at a guy like Cuberno. If he ends up saying, having a Toronto also on his no trade list, who knows? Maybe I'll trade him and Markstrom over for Rantanen. I mean, obviously this is a one-time league right now. I already have an idea for another one. I thought about maybe every team being customized, so that way it's all different. Just different. Good opportunity here. Good shot here. Myers gets it over there, and they're like neon black and green. Although in the game these don't look good. I know a lot of people don't like these, actually, surprisingly. I like them. I think that these are better jerseys in their home. I mean, I don't know. I know a lot of people would disagree, and I mean, we all have our own opinions. So, man, that hit early on, crazy. Vegas hitting Tom Wilson like that. Brandon McNabb, obviously one of their big hitters in this team, and opportunity here. Shot, couldn't make it in two. The goaltender Spencer Knight, and Knight obviously was a lot of criticism early on in the season when Vegas brought in the young goaltender Spencer Knight, and a lot of people were wondering if that was the right move or not. Was Vegas crazy for, they had two veteran goaltenders? Why would they do this? And a turnover here, but Vlasic with the turnover himself. Howden goes the other way. And now that's the potential that the guy who they ended up drafting high is potentially not even on the team anymore. And a shot here stopped by Knight. A good save there, and obviously something that management wants to see, seeing as how that's how the game-winning goal last night happened. Since this is technically a back-to-back. Vegas obviously was just in St. Louis, Missouri. They had to come here for the road trip, and an opportunity, a shot stopped by Spencer Knight. Vegas is trying to go the other way with it, with William Carrier on the fourth line coming in. O'Connor steals it, and now they're rolling the other way. Shot stopped there by Knight, and Wyatt Johnson playing his first game back here in Dallas. Obviously, he was left unprotected and was one of the first rookies that Vegas actually really chose. They obviously believed in him. I believe he was the 4th round, maybe even 5th round selection by Vegas. It's been so long now that since I did the fantasy draft. And I do recommend everybody doing one fantasy draft. Like, it is really fun. And I know a lot of people were like, well, if you were going to control every team, good saves there by Knight, pressure here now by the Dallas team. And Vegas is going to play it out, and smart by Vegas. It's like, let's just try to flip the pressure. Nyquist still in for Keenan Colasar. I want to make sure Keenan Colasar is healthy. He's probably going to be back against Florida. I really wanted to see how Nyquist does with this 4th line. Sent over. Nyquist intercepts it with McNabb. McNabb lost the puck. Turnover here. Holla holds along the boards, gets it back out, and he sends it over to Brady McNabb. Huberno gets it to Holla to McNabb. And McNabb is down, and he's slow to get up. An opportunity there gets deflected out. Theodore, who's tired and worn out, gets it picked off by Thompson. Cross ice. Oh my goodness. And Vegas just getting pressured. They need to get a whistle here. The one thing Knight, I feel like, does, he doesn't hold on to rebounds, and a loose puck in front. Shot stopped there by Knight. Knight making big time saves. Another one right there. Brady McNabb sends it across. And a big collision. And it's going to destroy the board. Golly. Because I literally, that shit never happens in real life anymore. I love that they added that animation. Like, when was the last time that shit ever happened? Like, dead ass. I don't even know. A win there. Fox shot deflected, and I think it was pushed away by Knight. Hintz shot stopped, and Knight has been down and has been pressured this entire time. Obviously, Vegas only 4 shots, and Huberdeau gives it over to Merrill. Shot stopped by Levi and faces his shot of the game. 4th shots only for Vegas in this first period with 3:43 to go. Win there. York over to Vlasic. Shot stopped there by the goaltender and Fox, who I would assume is the captain here. Hintz gets a poke checked away. Gets it poke checked away again, and now Zegras is trying to reload. Malkin has it, the veteran. Gets it into the zone. Gives it off. Meyer lost it, but he tries to get it on. And there is Vegas pressure now. Zegras shot. Score! Trevor Zegras with his 15th of the year gets the Vegas Golden Knights on the board first. Watch this shot by Zegras. Obviously not a lot of pressure going in Levi's way. So now when he has to officially face a very high danger opportunity, just could not corral it, and it's a tough one to let in. But at the same time, you know, I always wonder how goalies feel about that. Are they feeling comfortable that their team has stopped the chances and that have stopped the opportunities? But then you look at Vegas, and it's just like, I just don't think that, there are these times where they just shoot less and they still somehow squeak in goals. Fox gets it over, shot in traffic, stopped by Meyer, and Malkin going the other way with 33 seconds. We know there's a lot of time in the Vegas clock. Now he's coming in, gets bodied off by Vlasic. Vlasic is just trying to kill this time. He couldn't hold on, but now he tries to chip it out. And a great play by the veteran Malkin, and York is going to take this time out. Nice little play there. And Vegas is walking away with the lead, and Malkin to Zegras. Connected. And as of right now, Vegas, oh, look at that. That's a great shot. Kind of screened by 2 of the defensemen, and that's a tough one to let in. But I mean, when you're screened by your own men, can't do nothing. I know a lot of people are going to be like, but Markstrom. I mean, Markstrom had the same thing happen to him. Thompson and Eichel, 2 former Buffalo Sabres. Hintz gets poke checked away. Fox shot. Nope. Stopped there by Knight. Knight, 14 saves so far for the tender. I asked Spencer Knight, how does he feel about the kind of drama that circulated over the 24 hours? He said, we got to kind of ignore it. We obviously want to support our teammate, but we also believe that, we all have to produce, and sometimes we're not going to like to get criticized. But, I mean, the GM and the head coach both have a problem with how Markstrom has settled it. And when you've played 30 games and you've lost quite a few, I mean, this team is really good, and I feel like they just have a better chance with the other 2 in net and more of Knight than Markstrom. I mean, Markstrom really has been the number 2 lately. Either way, I feel like it really has gone the opposite way. Huberdeau comes in, sends it over to Eichel. Eichel shot stopped there by Levi, also a former Buffalo Sabre. Huberdeau to Eichel, a former Buffalo Sabre. Oh my God, we're not going to do this. Over here. Oh, what a shot. Save there by Knight for the 15th shot he's faced.
Lots of time left in this period. Vegas leads it 1-0.
Malkin wins the faceoff. Gives it over to Thibaut Meyer. Thibaut Meyer over to Ziegler. Shot stopped there by Levi. And I know a lot of people are probably like, David, you've made so many moves. Why have you made so many moves? Is there a reason why? Well, there is a few. I am trying to make this team a little better. I'm also trying to fluctuate. That I just don't think, there's a lot of players I've gotten rid of because I just don't think they have a real spot on this roster, or that I think other guys will have an better opportunity. It just comes down to that. It's not like I have like that. I don't have a thing against these guys. Like, I don't hate Markstrom in real life. I love Markstrom in real life. He's a really good goaltender, and he's made Vegas' life living hell a few times. But at the end of the day, it's just like, I'm trying to do what's better for my team. I'm trying to do what's better for my organization. I feel like I've had a great... And let's be real, some of my trades have been pretty good. Getting rid of Maramedov and bringing in a guy like Korzak, who ended up winning us a game and has scored some goals and has been timely when we needed an extra guy. And he's been a great seventh defenseman. I don't think there's anything wrong with me getting a seventh defenseman. If anything, I think that I've been pretty good with that. I've been making trades. Obviously, the Vlasic trade, I didn't do a lot to get Vlasic, who's a good young defenseman goaltender. Or, sorry, young good defenseman goaltender. A very good defenseman, So, I mean, ultimately, Spencer Knight, I just was worried about the age of Fleury, and I felt like I needed more reassurance because I didn't feel like if one of these guys got hurt, I was going to be screwed. I really did feel like that. So I felt comfortable, and I still do. And I mean, like, Johnson with an opportunity on his former team. Johnson goes over to Burns. So, yeah, if you guys are wondering if I feel comfortable, I do now. Howden trying to kick it along the boards. Brett Burns wasn't there. Wyatt Johnson in this third line are trying to get something going. And look at the long reach by Brett Burns. Shot stopped there. Foster over to Burns. Johnson sends it over to Brett Howden. Brett Howden shot scores for his 12th of the year. This third line gets on the board. Brett Howden with a big-time goal to give the Golden Knights a 2-goal lead. Shot on the top two defensemen, and it's a similar. A shot at the hash marks. At the top of the hash marks, it looks like, too. Let's see this again. Just kind of gets... I don't know if the goaltender expected maybe Fox to play this puck, but that's a tough one for Pete DeBoer and the Dallas Stars to swallow. By the way, I'm curious to wondering if you guys think that maybe DeBoer, like, do you think DeBoer should just go to the East Coast? Like, maybe the East Coast will be better for him? Because I'm not even joking. I feel like you've gone to so many Western Conference Finals. What if just all of a sudden, like, the Canes hired him and he could make it to the Eastern Conference Finals first year and actually pass it? Like, I think he will get over the hump eventually. I mean, like, I just think that... I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it's a coaching adjustment, but I mean, this year you really can't blame this team. I didn't feel like Dallas was a dangerous team. Mikko Rantanen was the only thing that made the Dallas Stars dangerous, and it actually kind of sucks that, like, if they do trade a guy like Robinson, it sucks that they can't win with the core guys that they ended up having. Wilson with an opportunity. Sends it over to Hintz. Shot stopped there by Spencer Knight, making his 19th save of the game. The second line for Vegas, or sorry, for Dallas, I beg my pardon, and Vegas with their first line. But it doesn't matter. A shot here by Dallas after the faceoff win. Wow. Wanting to play it out is Spencer Knight. A shot here stopped, and ooh, loose puck. One back by Dallas. Dallas getting a little bit of pressure here. Gets picked off by the Golden Knights and Huberdeau going the other way with it. Who tried to chip it in, but good defense by Colton. Who's going to wind back up and go back into the zone. Gets it kind of tipped off, and now Jack Eichel using some of his speed. Going to the wall. Tries to center it, and he could not feed it to Perry. And an offside, a close offside at that, too. Very close. I thought he was onside. And then the reception there. Colton gets it poked off. Vegas trying to just stop him at the line, which we know that they could do. Zegras lost it for a moment. Gains it back for Velasic to dishes it to Malkin, who dishes it all the way to Meyer, who's trying to look for York Center. Nice shot stopped there by Levi. 1 minute to go in the period. Meyer, opportunity. Malkin with it, trying to feed it to the post side, and Levi with a stop. One of the nice young goaltenders in this league, along with guys like Spencer Knight and Dustin Wolf. Face-off win. Meyer goes and chases it for it. I don't know why I turned like Western for a moment. Puck is loose. 9 seconds left. An opportunity by Rope Hintz. Rope Hintz breakaway. Sends it over to Thompson. Shot stopped in. A good save by Logan. Wow, I almost just said Logan Thompson. I think it's because I was thinking of Tage Thompson. But what a save. And another goal for Vegas. And now this is a situation that we know they've been in before. But can Vegas finish this time and bounce back after a brutal loss? And the Golden Knights win the face-off. Tries to chip it down, and almost a very nice play there. Hintz comes in, loses it to Eichel. Huberno getting pressured, centers it. Perry there to try to keep the pressure on. And Eichel intercepts the pass. Theodore lost it, but Perry, the veteran, brings it in. By the way, I just want to say props to Perry during these finals. I know you guys, while this video comes out, the finals are basically done, and we're into crazy free agency, which we will talk about. Like, trust me, like, I'm already can't wait to see what a lot of teams like Vegas does. Jack Eichel with an opportunity, shot blocked. But I mean, like, where's Tebow Meyer gonna go? Or sorry, Mitch Marner gonna go? I think that's gonna be interesting. Rope Hintz, shot stopped by Knight on the breakaway. Good stop by Knight. But yeah, Mitch Marner is an interesting one. To me, I think he signs with 3 teams. I think that if he really wants to go to the West, like he's been reported to, the only 2 teams that I think I could see him going to is Vegas or LA. And LA would be interesting to see him go to. I mean, do you want to go to a team like the Hurricanes and these teams that struggle to get out of the first round? The Hurricanes will give him his money, though, and I think that's the thing. Like, they're willing to give him his money, good stop by Knight, and still be a playoff team. And I think that I would not be shocked if Marner ended up going that route. I really wonder what Vegas does if they don't get Marner. Because if Vegas got Marner, that's the only move they're really making. Like, they'll make, obviously, a few others, especially because I will 100%, if they don't think that Pietrangelo's going to play, then don't make Pietrangelo play. Do what the Oilers did when Patrick Kane wasn't going to be ready. They put him on LTIR, and it was just kind of like, okay, well, let's just throw him out, you know? So I really wonder how that's going to work. Also, props to the Birmingham good save there. Turnover and a good stop there again by Knight. Knight should have just gotten the whistle there. And now he's letting Dallas really hang around here. And now the second line for Vegas is going to try to get this out. Zegras, who got the scoring going for Vegas, is going to try to squeak one in, but he gets knocked off, and Levi comes way out of his crease to play this. And get a whistle and a slow, hey. Yeah, if Tebow, like, I really wonder where a lot of free agents go. Because I think if Pietrangelo goes and you can get, they're going to have to trade, like, somebody. And I think they ultimately will trade Barbashev to create even more cap. Because I do think they would go after a lower-end defenseman for only, like, a year. Honestly, a Brett Burns. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if they decided to go, hey, Brett, like, come back to the West Coast. We'll pay you a very light contract. You're, like, 40 years old. And, like, let's just see what you could do, man. Like, if you could replace Pietrangelo as, like, the vet for the season, and then ultimately, let's see if you can, what happens. Howden loses the puck to O'Connor. Johnson lost it after winning it back for Vegas. Novak waiting for some help. He gets pushed off by the Vegas player Howden. Jack Eichel uses his speed. Howden goes to the net. He has Perry, Eichel does. Eichel with a shot blocked and now is battling along the board at the end. Oh, McNabb gets it over to Perry. Perry shot stopped by Levi. Yeah, I'm wondering where Marchand goes and Bennett, because I feel like that's... I mean, I will be shocked if both of them sign. I really do see Marchand going back to the Bruins. I really do. And ultimately, because then the Bruins would look smart. I mean, yeah, you lost your guy for a few months, but I mean, like, hell, if he wins you a Stanley Cup, if he wins another Stanley Cup and then he wants to come to your team, I mean, hell, that's awesome. I think that's great for him. Shot there, stopped there by Knight. And Knight right now with 30 shots he's faced. He saved all 30 shots. Good job by Knight, number 30. Oh, Tage Thompson looks to be the captain. I just figured Fox would be. I don't know why. And just because I wonder if people are going to ask, will I add anybody to the Nations 4 rosters? No, I will not. I thought about it, though, because I thought about adding a guy like Tage Thompson, maybe even adding a guy like Shot Save by Knight. I even thought about maybe potentially like looking at all of the stats statistically and been like, okay, let's look at every American goalie and who actually deserves to go in, you know. I did think about that. I thought about the players. I think the only thing I'm changing is the captains, because those are going to change. I think USA's captain should be Jack Eichel. And I'm not saying that because I'm a Jack Eichel fan. I think I'm just saying that because Jack Eichel really is a good leader and that he's the captain of the Vegas Golden Knights. And in my opinion, he did play better than Austin Matthews in the actual Nations 4 tournament. So that's my opinion. We'll see. I actually might ultimately make the captain... I might ultimately make the captain Hughes. Jack Hughes. Quinn Hughes. Nice with a shot stopped. And another opportunity. Shot saved there by Knight with his 34th shot faced. With 3 minutes and 23 seconds left. You have to assume here soon the goaltender is going to have to look to get pulled for Dallas. We know Vegas has let up quick back-to-back goals, so you know that Dallas cannot give up. It's really quick to score in this league. Vlasic sends it down. Myers gets it to Colton, and now he has some room. He gets it in. They're not going to pull the goaltender. Shot here, whiffed a little bit, blocked in front, and now the puck is loose. Meyer sends it over to York. York over to Malkin, who's going to try to squeeze it out, but no, the puck is back in. Nyes gets hit. York has lost it, and now Dallas has some possession. They're going to pull the goaltender. Shot stopped, tipped in front. Knight with the gosh darn hold, and he gets the whistle. Less than a minute to go. Spencer Knight has been poised in net. He has been very poised in net. Important faceoff for Wyatt Johnson against his former team. Novak loses it. Oh, and a weird faceoff win. A turnover here. And now Vlasic with it. He's going to send it down. They're going to look for the empty net. Howden tries to get it off, but he gets stopped. And it goes all the way back down. Novak to Fox. Stopped by Knight. 35 shots. Man. Knight is doing everything he can to keep this Golden Knights team in front. And this is what a way to react if you are Spencer Knight. All this drama with the goaltender Markstrom. All this drama. And now Brett Howden rolling up looking at the empty net. And he misses wide. No icing. He was over the blue line. And now he's going to send it down. Turnover here. Vegas, can he get that out? Nope, they turn it over to O'Connor. O'Connor to Novak. And now Howden back at it. Will he miss this time? No, he tried to. But there was a stop. Fox goes the other way. The Stars just pressured. At this point, it's about killing the shutout streak. Center there to Johnson. Howden has it. He gets it out. And a opportunity there goes wide, but it doesn't matter. The Golden Knights will win this game in a shutout. What a way to react if you are Spencer Knight. this guy has obviously been in conversations. We know Markstrom is sitting up in that press box, probably a little upset at himself. The 2-goal lead was able to be stopped and stayed with the Vegas Golden Knights, but the last game it did not. And what a win! If I had to guess 3 stars, absolutely, that Spencer Knight is gonna have to be the first star of the night, right, guys? He has to be. Zegras is on the board with 1 hit, 1 goal. Obviously, he got the goal scoring going. Look at Vegas' shots totals, and I know these two teams face each other soon, but like the time on attack has been pretty good. Brett Howden, so the second and third line, the hits were pretty close. Face-offs, Vegas won, no penalties. Passing is pretty close, but the shots are just too different. And ultimately, Spencer Knight gets first star of the night, gets the shutout, which is his second of the year. And what a win for him. I believe Knight, his first win was a shutout against San Jose. I think that video just came out, actually. So what a way to make your opportunity and your name felt, right? If you are Spencer Knight, you know that, listen, the criticism, the backstage stuff between the goalie Markstrom, it's tough for a goaltender to treat himself like that. So, I'm very curious on how Vegas is going to treat this goaltending situation now. Obviously with Knight and a veteran, I think it's a lot different. And like I said, I'll keep you guys posted. Right now, we won't hear a lot from Markstrom. I might still consider keeping him on the team, but I will talk to him probably 2 more times before the trade deadline, especially around All-Star break. I think once we get down I might give him one more opportunity, by the way. I might give him an opportunity during this week. I think we'll roll with Knight and Fleury for these 3 games. But then after that, he's going to get one of these games. And it's going to probably be this New Jersey game. This Islanders game. If he could beat the Islanders, his job is still kind of safe. But I will continue to look for a trade destination with how close the trade deadline is. We have the Nations 4 tournament, right? I will probably, during this game, look to trade him or look to see if he could at least expand his no-trade list. Because we play Toronto, and I am not joking with you guys. I will trade him to Toronto if it's need be. If we get to that point where we're in the season, and I know everyone's probably saying, there's no way you can land Rantanen. There's no way you can land Rantanen. I will give them picks. I will give them whatever the hell I need to make this work. If I need to give up somebody, I will. I do not care. I'm going to try to make that move to get a top player to make sure that this team could be the goddarn best it could be. So, yeah. So, we're going into a situation where obviously we're playing a team that we've seen before, we know before, and we beat before. So, good opportunity for the Vegas Golden Knights to keep adding to their win total. It is going to be the backup goaltenders with Chris Driedger playing Marc-Andre Fleury. So this should still be a fun game, and we'll see. Let me know what you guys think. Like this video if you liked it. Comment down below. I will see you beautiful people later. Thank you.